Good. Things are proceeding smoothly. Celestial globe. Indeed, preparations have progressed to approximately 90% completion. I should have more than enough time to carry out the order. Excellent work, Professor. Campanella, what can you tell me of the other enforcers and their ventures? I believe Bleu Blanc stopped by for one of his little games, but he's already returned to his own affairs. Ren hasn't gone back to Crossbell since leaving for Libel. As for you-know-who, I move that we continue taking a wait-and-see approach with her. She lent me some of those bound spirits of hers to play with, but I don't think she has any intention of participating further. That's perfectly fine. They are free to do as they please, much as the Meister is. Perhaps, but the enforcers have a bit too much freedom for my liking. Then again, that is how things are meant to be. What an irrational system she put into place. That's the Grandmaster's will, Professor. It is senseless to question whether it is right or wrong. Regardless, I believe our final guest has arrived. I was wondering where she was. Timely as always. My apologies for the wait. I see you've already started. Pay it no mind. We'd only just begun. I trust matters on your end have already been settled? Yes, I left everything in the hands of the Oathbreaker. Turning our attention to Crossbell. It has been quite some time since I last set foot upon its soil. Isn't it amazing just how much has changed? It's fair to call it the most advanced metropolis on the continent, as well as the center of modern civilization. I intend to return there before the finishing touches are made. What do you say to meeting me there? We so rarely get together. I have no objections. Very well. I will leave the hereafter in both of your capable hands. Here's to the next step in the Grandmaster's phantasmal blaze plan. Take care to set the stage well and proper. Understood. Yes, in the name of the Grandmaster. The referendum regarding Crossbell's potential independence, as proposed by Mayor Croix, was drawing closer and closer. As pressure from the Imperial and Republican governments mounted by the day, so too did the citizens' fervor. Combined with the excitement generated from the debut of Archon Scale's revival performance, emotions in the city were hitting a fever pitch. All the while, a new concern was beginning to emerge from the shadows. Did you say cryptids? That I did. I don't believe it's appropriate to simply refer to them as monsters. Not only are they much larger, their origins are a mystery. What's more, they're starting to appear all over Crossbell. That's one we went against. The commander isn't exaggerating. We couldn't handle it between just the two of us, so we had to retreat. Man, it really isn't your average monster. I've come across bits and pieces of information regarding it, but there's more. Other types have been cited as well. Wait a second. That's when we fought back in my old mine. Well, you're telling me there was more of those things? This was taken a few days ago in the mountains to the north. Scott and Mansell here were able to exterminate it. That's a relief, at least. You two managed to handle that thing all by yourself? Yeah, but we had to get the jump on it to pull it off. It was thanks to the CGF's intel that we were able to take it out. Right, but there was something very bizarre about the whole ordeal. Our arts didn't have their usual effects on it. It appeared into a beam of light when it was finally defeated. That sounds familiar. Yeah, it's exactly what happened when we fought it. You said it appeared in the mountains? Does that mean it was out in the open this time? Yes, until now monsters like these only appeared in enclosed locations, such as Stargazer's Tower and the Moon Temple. It's speculated that some form of spatial distortion has emerged in those particular areas, though we can't explain why. These cryptids, however, emerged outdoors, both in the mountains and by the lake shore. We suspect the same spatial distortion effect could be occurring in those locations as well. That's not good. I was afraid you'd say that. Is this why you called all of us here? Yes, we'd like to request the aid of the Bracer Guild and the SSS in dealing with these cryptids. The CGF has been on high alert at both Belgrade and Tangram ever since the mayor's independence proposal. Simply put, our manpower is focused there, at least until the referendum is voted upon. I understand. The SSS is ready to help. Us too. Should we go ahead and decide how we're going to divvy this up? That would be best. I'll provide you with all the data we have and leave you to decide on a suitable course of action. If at all possible, I'd also like to request that you look into the source of all this. Source? You suspect an external force is behind the cryptid's sudden appearance? Yes. Think of it this way. Dangerous monsters surfacing on our highways is a cyclical phenomenon. The cryptids, however, are an anomaly. Their emergence doesn't align with that cycle at all. Which leads us to believe that there's an underlying cause. Whatever it is, it's capable not only of giving rise to these cryptids, but of distorting the fabric of space itself. Interesting theory. Understood, we'll get to the bottom of this. I swear it on the name of a supporting gauntlet. I never would have guessed we'd all get to team up for a job like this. The notion would have been nearly unfathomable at the start of the year. Hey, it just goes to show, we've come a long way since back then. Yeah, you guys really have made a name for yourself. If things don't work out with the police, you could probably get hired by the guild in a heartbeat. Absolutely! I'd be more than happy to have you in the guild too. I think it would be a perfect match. Are you certain the guild is the one you intend to pair with me? We appreciate the sentiment. That aside, I don't have a good feeling about whatever these cryptids are. Me neither. I say we should split the work up so we can get to it. The CGF's report mentions 5 of those things in total. If you wouldn't mind, I'd like you guys to take care of 2 of them. Offering to do most of the job yourselves? You're too kind. Are you sure it's okay? It seems a bit disproportionate. Plus Arias isn't here to help this time around. That's exactly the reason. You guys will be feeling the pressure from his absence just as much as us, if not more. Not to mention, monster exterminations are typically a Bracer's jurisdiction. We both have other jobs to take care of in addition to the Cryptids, so I think dividing things like this is for the best. If you insist. I don't know if I'm really okay with pushing all of that on you guys. Don't sweat it, it's not like we aren't on the same team here. And besides, you guys will probably have your hands full with the society again before long. Oh yeah. Dang, I was trying to read about both lunatics. The Society of Ouroboros. The Bracer Guild has a history with them already, does it not? Yes, Estelle, Joshua and the rest of the Liberalian branch first encountered them during the Liberal incident. The guild has had a number of run-ins with them across the continent since then as well. Not to mention the attack on the guild branches in Orebonia. That's suspected to be their doing too. Our presence in the Empire has declined significantly ever since, thanks to pressure from the Imperial government. They're so prolific. For real, the more we learn about those guys, the less I want to know. Truth be told, the guild doesn't know a lot about who they are or what their internal structure is like. We don't even know what they're after most of the time. All I can say for sure is to watch your backs around them. Yeah, and give us a ring if you run into any trouble, you hear? The Cryptids aren't the only common enemy we have. Those snakes are our problem too. Got it. We'll update you if anything happens. Chapter 3, Budding Turmoil. Cryptid Survey Report. Outline. Reported sightings of large enigmatic monsters, hereafter referred to as cryptids, and Crossbell state have recently been confirmed. But CGF is currently working to gain more insight into the situation. Little is known about these cryptids aside from the simple fact that they exist. As such, countermeasures have yet to be devised. All recorded details regarding these cryptids are provided in the following pages. Case A. Ursula Road. Location: Ursula Road through a small cave along the sandbar. Visual profile possesses various tortoise-like characteristics. Scouting report: sighted by a guardsman patrol. No attempt was made to engage as the creature did not stray from its location over a short observation period. It does, however, grow aggressive when approached directly. Case B, East Crossbell Highway. In a clearing past the boathouse. Visual profile: plant-like creature possesses an enormous mouth. Sighted by a resident of a nearby boat shed. This report has yet to be verified by the CGF. As with a cryptid in Case A, it does not move from its general location, but becomes combative when confronted. The sandbar on Ursula Road and the outskirts of East Crossbell Highway. We haven't been to either of those places much lately. They don't sound as aggressive as the one that appeared back in the old mine, at least. Still, wouldn't hurt to get ourselves fully prepped. We also need to investigate what's causing them to appear, right? Yes. Given the spatial distortions reported, the higher elements, time, space and mirage must be at play. I should be able to perceive when the higher elements are active. Ascertaining the source of the cryptids, however, may prove difficult. The reason the higher elements went haywire at Stargazer's tower and the Moon Temple remains a mystery. Actually, wasn't the Sun fort over the ancient battlefield the same way? Yeah, I remember the higher elements being active when we entered there too. However, the abnormalities ceased to exist once the crisis was resolved. And unlike the Moon Temple, we didn't have to stop any bell to do so. Which makes determining the source that much more difficult. Well, no sense brooding over it. We need to get a move on. Chances are this won't be the only job we have to take care of. Good point. Okay, let's go after we check the terminal for new support requests. What do we have? A taste of Crossbell. Crossbell News Service. The Crossbell News Service is planning to publish the Gourmets Guide to Crossbell, which will detail various eateries across the state. You would like to petition the special support section for assistance in gathering material for this project. For more details, please ask for the editor in charge of the guide at our reception desk. Counterfeit Caper. 2nd Division Raymond. Come down to Crossbell Station ASAP. I need you to help me catch a counterfeit dealer. Stranger Danger by Chief Tota. My son seems to be up to something, but hasn't told me a thing about it. I suspect it has something to do with a suspicious man who visited the village a few days ago. Would you be able to investigate whatever it is my son is scheming? For full details, please meet me in my home on the far end of America Village. Old Mine Monster Extermination. A dangerous monster, Megalobat, has been sighted in the old deserted mine outside Mines. We ask of the special support section deal with it swiftly. Looks like requests aren't slowing down today. And I doubt it's because Arios isn't available right now. Right. The chief said he was going to go visit them in the hospital today. It would be nice to join him if you're in the area. For sure, even Kido went yesterday from what I hear. She was feeling pretty down about it. Indeed, I worry for her. Well, if we use the car, it shouldn't take long to get to the hospital. I'm sure we can make some time to go visit the McLeans ourselves. That's a good idea. I know they did what they could to fix Shizuku's eyesight, but it seems the technology isn't just quite there yet. That's the way it sounds. Thankfully, the operation wasn't necessarily a failure, for I suppose it couldn't be called a success either. Chief? Yeah, wait. We just heard the chief isn't here. So, do we have any? Not too shabby. A new decoration was added to Randy's room. Ah, the surfboard. Cup? What can I give you? Salmon? Cost 1. This should suffice. Anything else for you? No. Oh, hey guys! Is everything okay, Kia? You haven't been the same since we visited Shizuku yesterday. I'll be okay. Hey Lloyd, is it gonna be hard to fix Shizuku's eyes? Well, probably if I had to guess. Doesn't sound like the surgery was a complete failure, but she still has a long way to go. I see. Hey now, Kido, I know it's hard, but you can't let it get you down forever, right? The last thing Shizuku wants is for you to be all in the dumps because of her. Randy got a point, Kia. Shizuku needs you now more than ever. Your encouragement and friendship are the best medicine she could ask for. Yeah, I guess you're right. I have to cheer her up the next time I see her. That's what best friends do for each other. Thanks, guys. I'm feeling a little better now. Oh, yeah. I promised the others I'd play with them, so I should get going. Sure. Just be careful out there. Do you think she'll be okay? I sure hope so. At the very least, she perked up almost instantly just now. No time to mull it over, though. Let's get going. Hey, Side. Growth. He says, don't let your guard down. We won't. We already know exactly how dangerous those cryptids can be. Thanks for your concern, Side. We'll have Theo call you if you need backup. I know we weren't going to buckle to Elbone near and Calvert's demands, but proposing independence? Come on now. I tell you one thing, better not end up with anyone declaring war on us. Yeah? It's a gutsy move. Not quite yet. But with other stuff I need to look if I get it elsewhere or better. Because that can happen with that stuff. Anyway, well, we... Not chapter 2, chapter 3. Cryptids, Taste of Crossbell, Counterfeits. I think I do that next episode. Stranger Danger. Good, then. CNS. Welcome to the Crossbell News Service. Oh, hello there, SSS. Are you here on official business? Good morning. Yeah, we came to follow up on a support request from the CNS. There was something about needing help with a gourmet guide? Of course, thank you all for coming. Are you able to start the request right away? Our stomachs are ready. Yeah, we can begin whenever. Understood. If I could just have you wait on the second floor then? The staff member in charge of the request will tell you the details. Hello, my dearest SSS. Sorry to keep you waiting. I had a feeling it was going to be you, Grace. The probability was high from the start. Well, don't sound so disappointed. Can't you show at least a little enthusiasm? It's been forever since our last collaboration. If I recall correctly, your previous support request sent us on a trip all across the state. Wait, just what are you planning to have us do this time? The request said something about gathering material for a gourmet guide, no? You know it. I got a proposal from the Crossbell Business Owners Association a while back. Apparently they were inspired by Mayor Croix's efforts. Long story short, the CNS is teaming up with them to put out a gourmet guide. In conjunction with a Business Owners Association. What exactly does it entail? Basically, they plan to feature the best eating establishments in Crossbell State. In addition to the coverage, each place is going to offer discounts and other deals to readers. You know how it is, keep Crossbell and Mira local and all that jazz. Pretty nifty little plan, don't you say? I think I get it, that sounds pretty innovative. Sure, but let's cut to the chase. Part of this guide is going to feature gourmet recommendations from some of Crossbell's most prominent figures. Like Maria Belcroix from the IBC, for example, or Ilya, Theodore, and Eugene from Arc-en-Ciel. The goal is to get people talking by having some of Crossbell's celebrity citizens share their #1 picks. And that's where the SSS comes in. You'll be taking part too. That's quite the request. I can't deny that piqued my interest. But does the SSS really belong in a lineup like that? I ain't too keen on it either. It's always nice to be shoulder to shoulder with Ilya and Maria Bell, don't get me wrong. But I don't think we're gonna be drawing in readers the same way they will. Let's not mince words, we're a filler. No way, you can't seriously think that, can you? You guys have been blowing up. You've got a real fan base these days, you know? In fact, I've been getting lots of requests for lurid candidates of your everyday lives. Please don't. I'm just joking. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that you guys are popular in your own right. If that weren't the case, I wouldn't have asked you here in the first place. Fair enough. What would you like us to do then? So you're on board? Good. Now let me give you the deets. First, you're going to head to whatever restaurants or food carts you can think of and try their fare for yourselves. What I want for each of you is to find a dish that speaks to your soul. It's gotta be the bee's knees or nothing else. After that, I'll have you all write a little article on your findings here at the CNS. So we have to go to eateries around the state and choose our personal favorites among them? One problem was, what if one of us doesn't come across anything they like? Have some faith, Noel. You know how big Crossbell is. I'm sure you can find at least one thing that tickles your taste buds. But if it really comes to that, I just have to write a little something about all the spots you checked out. But that's only at the last resort. Ideally, all 6 of you should have a favorite dish to introduce to our readers. Which means we're headed to at least 6 different places. Anything we should look out for or avoid, maybe? Let me think. Oh yeah, sorry, but everything at Michelin has already been covered and someone else is doing the bars. Other than that, knock yourselves out. What a shame. It takes Trinity off the list too. Too bad, I'm sure others will be disappointed to miss out on all the potential new customers. Sorry, Vasi, I'll put in a word for it with the guys handling the bars. Oh, and I've already gotten in contact with all the eligible spots, so don't worry about the tab, we're paying. As long as you identify yourselves, we'll be happy to serve you with signature samples. That sounds lovely. So we just have to try 6 places minimum, excluding bars or anything in Michelin. Main challenge is going to be pacing ourselves. We need to eat quite a lot for every one of us to find a favorite. Yeah, there's no rush. Take your time and savor everything Crossbell has to offer. Once you're all done, return to the CNS so you can report your findings. If I'm not in, just let Tria know and I'll get back to the office in a jiff. Got it. We'll get started then. Okay. Now, we have a noodle store right here. Hey, here to try the best noodles in the land? You're in the right place. Yeah, I guess so. We have a special support section and we're here about the request. Oh yeah, that whole deal. You're in luck, officers. I'm about to let you sample the very best my cart has to offer, and best of all, it's on the house. I call these my heavenly noodles. Eat up, ladies and gents. What a comforting presentation. That deep red broth tells me this is going to have a kick. And maybe a punch and a chop while it's at it. Ah, come on, give it a chance. Get past the heat and your taste buds will be flying right up on cloud 9. It'll probably feel more like Gehenna instead if our tongues are on fire. Well, here goes nothing. Oh, you're right, it's spicy, but with a deep, complex tang. I won't deny it's delicious. My only concern is how hard it is to eat without splashing the broth everywhere. Good point, I don't think that would be an easy stain to get out. It's always the ladies that are telling me these things. I say that if you get to enjoy the best star noodles under Adios' sky, then who cares about a few stains? Damn straight. Randy? There's a whole world of rich flavors just beyond this bold, spicy horizons. Combine that with these perfect, subtle noodles dancing in the broth, you've got something only a real man could appreciate. Is it or that, my man? This is the path of a noodle you've been telling us about. Yes, you finally get it now. Cherish it, young one. That's true enlightenment you're tasting. As a reward, I shall teach you the recipe that serves as a foundation for these very same noodles. Master it, and open the eyes of all your friends. Learn the recipe for Peddler's Noodles. Hey, thanks for that. Vanny is really into that dish. I guess that settles who's writing the police about this place. Now, where else do you count? Hey there, can I interest you in some juice? Sorry, miss, but we are here with a special support section and, Oh, that thing, yeah, I remember hearing about it. How about this then? It's acerbic tomato soda, my latest product. Like the shake that you make for Speaker McDowell? Yep, whether he's mayor or speaker, he still orders the usual every time. And this is my latest and greatest iteration of it. The soda masks the bitterness a little, that way even acerbic tomato haters can enjoy its benefits. I see. Do we really gotta do this, Lloyd? This might be the end of the SSS. You know the risk of being on the police force, Randy. Every day could be your last. Just try your hardest to keep it down. Everyone recovered 50 CP. I'm dying. Not before me, you aren't. The carbonation only serves to intensify this Gehenna-made concoction. You think so? Sounds like there's still a lot of room for improvements then. Anyway, this bellberry juice should work as a nice palate cleanser. Here. Oh, this is absolutely delicious. What a stark contrast to the bitter drought that tomato juice was. This one is probably the better choice for a gourmet guide as far as anyone with taste buds is concerned. Anyone here? I don't think so, but at least no one who serves food. Ice cream stand? Hey, craving some ice cream today? Well, that's actually what we came to ask about. You see, we have a special support section. Let me explain our mission. Ah, so you guys are the ones on the job, huh? VSN has already told me a bit about it. I've been ready for this, so without further ado, allow me to recommend my one and only septic-colored sherbet. Whoa, now that sounds good. It's my newest creation, a frozen blend of several delectable flavors all at once. I've even added the bits and pieces of candy that burst in your mouth. The texture is an experience you'll never forget. I see, we'd love to try it. It's cool and delicious. The presentation is cute too, and I see what you mean about the texture. The candy just explodes on my tongue. Theo? Looks like it's a hit with the ladies of the SSS. You sure about that? Theo Talk looks like she got hit with a bad case of brain freeze. No, not quite. I was simply too shocked for words. The thrill of a popping candy, the creamy refreshing coolness, and a perfect balance of flavors harmonizing on your palate like an optimized quartz loadout. This is it, the beginning of a sherbet revolution! My apologies, perhaps I went a bit overboard. Safe to say, this one is Theo's new favorite. Do you think you could write about it for the gourmet guide? Yes, I would give it a sterling 5 out of 5 recommendation. Glad you liked it so much. Be sure to come back sometime, I have plenty more where that came from. So, what else do we have? Bakery, of course. Hey Lloyd, what's up? Bennett baked a batch of her newest creation. Here, give it a try. Thanks, Oscar. We'll make sure to enjoy it later, but if you wouldn't mind, we actually came to get your help on a support request. Oh, so that's what we're having you do, huh? Well, I'm flattered. Honestly, I wish I could recommend all of our bets. But if I had to pick just one, I'd have to be the Bennett Supreme I just gave you. Wow, really? Yep, wish I could recommend my own, but Bennett really nailed it this month. If you're looking for Morg's finest loaf, this is the one. Hold on just a second. Oh, hey Bennett, I was just in the middle of recommending your... What in alias's name do you think you're doing? I'm not done refining that one yet. I'm not letting my bread go into that gourmet guide until it's at least twice as good as yours. What are you freaking out about? It's already delicious if you ask me. Whatever. Just don't let me catch you shilling my stuff for me without my say-so again. Got it? Man, I don't get why she always has to go ballistic on me like this. All I said was that her bread was good. Therein lies your answer, my good man. I guess Lloyd wasn't the only lady killer growing up around these parts. Anyway, seeing as Bennett's completely against it, could you maybe recommend something else? I guess I'm going to have to. Alright, how about this? It's my latest creation, a tender cutlet sandwich. Wow, this really melts in your mouth. Yeah, and this sauce is something else. Great work, Oscar. Thanks, buddy. I'm still developing it though, so it'll be a while before we actually have it on our shelves. That's a shame. Would it be better not to mention it in the article? That's up to you, but I promise to hook you up with a final version once it's done. We'll certainly be looking forward to it. But neither did we find anything special here. Good day everyone, welcome to Wingcept. Do you have a reservation with us? Well, not exactly, we have a special support section and we have a job to do. Oh, I heard about that. So you're the ones writing the report, are you? Well then, please feel free to sit at any open table you like. If I may make a recommendation, our new seasonal herb pasta is absolutely superb. Thank you, we'd love to try it. Sampled? Well, how do you like our chef's specialty pasta? This is delicious. The flavor is rich and intense, but with a light, refreshing afternote. You can taste each and every herb and the texture is perfectly al dente. Oh yeah, spaghetti in a can, this ain't. One bite and you know this was made by a pro. I'm glad you all enjoyed it. Maybe we should bring Kia with us next time. That sounds like a good idea to me. Thank you for dining with us today. On behalf of all of us at Being Said, we look forward to your next visit. Good. Who else? Can I help you? If you want to place an order, do it in the counter. Sorry, but we're actually here regarding a support request. Ah, the Gourmet Guide. Yes, I know of it. This is our midday rush, but I won't turn you away. Find yourself an empty table. You will be sampling the pride and joy of LoH, my peerless fried rice. Oh man, I can't wait. Sounds great. We'll go grab some open seats. Lloyd and the team ate the peerless fried rice. Delicious. Ugh, you really know your stuff, Zhanghui. I don't think you'd be able to get a masterpiece like this anywhere but LoH. You had better believe it. Fried rice has always been one of my specialties, but I also recently improved upon it. That's why it's peerless. Nothing compares. Wow, we aren't kidding. Whatever short a dish so simple, quotation complex. I used to make fried rice all the time out of a barrage, but this is a totally different dish when made by a professional. Don't forget to swallow. Damn. Look at her shovel it down the hatch. So long as she enjoys the food, I couldn't care less how she eats it. Would you like a second? I made plenty to spare. Sir, yes sir! I've never seen Noel like this. She's like a kid in the middle of a growth spurt. I think we know who's going to handle LoH's right up. It's all yours, Noel. Well, we could go report to Grace now if we wanted to. Then again, we haven't found everyone's favorite dish yet. There might be more spots to try. Not for food, but... Good, then... Right the car. Let's visit the mess halls. Hey Wendy, and I see you brought the SSS along too. Anything I can get you? Hi Stella. We're actually here on business, you see. Now that you mention it, I think that rings a bell. Here, I serve you up some of a belly-full hot pot I usually make for the guardsmen. So the Belguard unit likes hot pot too, who knew? My appetite is whetted. Glad to hear it. Sit tight and I'll bring a fresh pot right over. My, you can almost feel it warming up from the inside. It doesn't skimp on the meat to make room for all vegetables either. You couldn't ask for a more nourishing dish. CGF training can get pretty rigorous. The guardsmen eat filling food like this if they want to last. It's no wonder. We often have hot pot parties, but everyone always ends up fighting over who gets the biggest chunks of meat. When Wendy was here, we would even sneak bites from other people's plates. Why am I not surprised? A guy's gonna take care of himself, you know? Hello, Sergeant Major Seeker. Visiting with the SSS today? Yes, it's good to see you, Mr. Tamas. Sorry for the bother, but we're actually on for a support request. Ah yes, I do remember hearing about that from their news service. Our specialty at Tangram Gate is the Tide of Plenty hot pot. You get to eat it as a group. So you serve a mean seafood pot here, huh? We'd love to try it. Sure thing. Sit tight while I go whip up a pot. Ah, that's quite flavorsome. Yeah, you can really taste how fresh the fish is. That's the idea. Hot pots are easy and delicious, so we make them a lot here at Tangram Gate. Eating around the table together always puts the guardsmen in a fun, lively mood too. Now that I think about it, I've never had a meal like this with the testaments before. Maybe I'll bring them here next time I get the chance. Oh yeah, you want to take your downtown gang to a border gate to eat hot pot? I think I know who likes this dish best. Perhaps we should let Vasi handle the review for it then? I was hoping to weasel my way out of doing one, but I guess I don't mind too much. He loves it. Good. Then... American? Hello, Special Support Section. Welcome back to the Ash Tree Inn. Looking for a place to stay, or maybe a bite to eat? Actually, we're here regarding a support request. The SSS explained their mission to gather gourmet recommendations. Oh wait, that! The Crossbell news service already told me everything I need to know. So without further ado, let me treat you to my chef's special omelette rice. Don't mind if I do. My, this is delicious. Agreed, superb. The flavor of the rice, chicken, ketchup and eggs are simple, but together they make something amazing. Reminds me of how attuned America is to the nature surrounding it. Nobody can truly say they've visited this village until they've had some of this. Haha, all this high praise is about to get me red in the face. Sounds like you're plenty fond of this dish, huh, Lloyd? I guess it means you found your recommendation, man? Make sure to sneak in a few words about what a chill guy Govan is. He's always hooked us up with some quality grub in America. Sure, I can handle writing this one. Well, thanks much. I'd appreciate if you guys could write something that drums up more business for us. Good. Where next? Mines? This is technically an inn that probably they serve food as well. Hi there, welcome to that Siegel. Hello, we have a special support section. We're here about a request. Oh, so you're the ones handling that. The CNS already gave me the gist. How about this? I cook you up mine's specialty, stamina steak. I can only hope our stomachs have a room to spare. Oh yeah, you kids have a lot of other places you need to sample, don't you? I prepare some bite-sized servings in that case. We appreciate the consideration. Oh, dang, yeah. Even one bite on its own is pretty filling. Just what you want from a good steak. Yeah, I'm feeling more energized already. Well, of course, stamina is essential for miners, you know. Pair this dish with a beer and you'll be digging away at the Grand Mole in no time. I can't say being a miner sounds particularly attractive when you put it that way. True, but can't the others seem to enjoy it well enough? Well, mines miners are some of the manliest men in all of Crossbell. Anyway, if you kids are ever in need of a nice hearty meal, you know where to come. You bet we do. And St. Ursula. Hi there and welcome to the lecture. Can I help you to a meal? Sort of. We're from the CPD Special Support Section. We hear about the request we received. Alright, the Gourmet Guide. Someone from the CNS did get in touch with me about that. There's just one problem. What do you mean? The dish I'm offering needs to be a lot of time to cook properly. And unfortunately, I just plump run out. So sorry, but I'm afraid you're going to have to wait until I've whipped up another round. That's a bad break for us, but if there's no dish, there's no dish. Pardon me, how much time will it take before a new batch is ready? Let's see, I just started on a new one last night, so it should be done about 48 hours from now. Come see me the day after next and I'll hook you up. It's simmers for 3 whole days? That must be some rich flavors you're drawing out. I look forward to tasting the final product. Oh, you're gonna love it. Just don't forget to drop by again once it's done. Okay, you heard the woman. We have to come back later. Because I'm pretty sure Ellie is still missing one, right? And this is the last place we can visit as far as I'm aware. And anyway, I think with this I end the episode. Until next time then, I'm Mace and don't get lost.